park job twat. Oh, I don't park. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to most likely one of the last videos you're going to see of the white Type R, at least for a very long time, because today we are 100% finishing up this car. She's come a long ways, but there's a few little things left to do. And the first one is PDR. This car has a tiny bit of hail damage on this side of the hood and on the roof. The car is white, so you can't really see on the camera, but I promise you it is there. Unfortunately, we do have to pop the headliner down. We do not have to pull all the way out, but just drop it down, let's say 5 or 6 inches, so the PDR man can get to the hail on the roof. And we do have one dent on the quarter panel back here, right by the, let's see if I can show this one, right by the gas lid right here. So he wants the tail light removed as well. Check out this line up there real quick. You know what I see? A whole lot of the same cars. 2 Type Rs, 2 2019 STIs. We need some more variety in our lives. That's what this is telling me. It's ceramic coated. All right, so as Jason is taking care of all the hail damage on that car, we are gonna be doing a little bit of painting over here. And what we're gonna be painting is something that I wish showed up earlier, but to be honest, I wasn't gonna do this at first. But after seeing both Type R side by side, you guys already know what we're gonna be spraying out today. This here is a set of 2021 Type R fog covers and rear bumper garnishes. And the only things we need to spray off of these are these 4 little pieces here. These guys get paint matched to the color of the car, which is championship white. All of this does not get painted. So let's go ahead and get these things prepped out, get them scuffed up and ready for some championship white paint. So we have the 4 pieces set up and taped up on this table here. And now we're just gonna go through and clean them off with some wax and grease remover. And then in about 15-20 minutes, we can go ahead and move on to some adhesion promoter. I don't have any white sealer here at the shop, so we're using the next closest thing, just some gray primer, and that should do the trick. So being that paint takes a while to dry, as always, we are gonna superset with a seat rebuild. This is the driver's side seat out of that car. We did have this cover repaired. It was torn on this seam right here. And if you look closely, you cannot tell that it was torn on that seam. And then we did pick up a new OEM Honda airbag. So let's go ahead and get the airbag installed in the seat. I think I'm gonna have to pull off this lower foam because the wiring runs underneath, it looks like. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But let's go ahead and get this thing repaired and see how it looks all finished up. Took a little longer than expected, but the seat's all finished up. This whole entire side right here, if you guys can remember, was completely blown out. I'll throw some footage on the screen. Can't even tell. New airbag, repaired cover. We're good to go. All right, let's go ahead and give these things a quick scuffing. 600 wet, and then we can lay down some championship white and get them clear coated and let them dry overnight. So if the part is warm and the paint is warm and the air in the paint is warm, technically we should be able to just step outside real quick and put down some paint on here. If that doesn't work, we're gonna have to pull out some cars, and then when we pull out the cars, the shop's gonna take about 4 hours to heat back up. So let's give this a shot. So explain this. Every paint job I care a whole lot about, I spend a ton of time on, and I make sure to try and make it perfect. This paint job, clearly I didn't care all that much because they're such small pieces, but somehow, this is the best paint job I've ever done in my life. And like I said, I know they're tiny, but there's not a single defect. I don't see any dirt in any one of these 4 pieces, and I just winged it. Completely just winged it. Now tell me how that works. All right guys, it's the next day, and hopefully the quality is a little bit better. I just ran to Best Buy and decided to purchase myself and the channel a new camera lens. For all my camera nerds out there, this is the lens we picked up. Hopefully it's a good one. It was very expensive, but anyways, let's go ahead and slap this interior back together. So other than the seat belt that we're still waiting on and the airbag module that we're still waiting on, they're supposed to be delivered yesterday, but for some reason they got shipped to an address that I have not lived at for over 5 years. So I have no idea when those are coming back. So I take back what I said earlier. This car will not be 100% today. It's gonna be close. I was hoping these would be easy to swap out and not have to pull the bumper off the car, but there's a screw right here, making it so we cannot swap them with the bumper on. I was not aware of this, but apparently the bumper covers are a little bit different. These guys are not gonna fit onto the 19 bumper unless we trim out pretty much just this section right here. So it's not a big deal, but if you guys are gonna do this, be prepared to grab a cutoff wheel and do a little bit of work. All right, we got the one side on. So there's a before, there's an after. What do you guys think looks better? I think the 2021 style, or I think it's 2020 and up, looks so much cleaner. One thing I did not account for is the gloss levels of the black. So here is the factory, and then this is like a matte black. So I really do not feel like pulling these things back apart and painting those gloss black. What I'm gonna try instead, and if this doesn't work, then I'm willing to paint. But let's go ahead and give this trim coat a shot on that plastic and see if that's gonna do the trick. Well, if that can stay that shiny, which I know it does because I've used this stuff a lot before, I think we are good to go. It looks very good. This trim coat is a game changer. I'll link it down below. Moving on to the front. Front should be quite a bit easier. I know we don't have to trim the bumper at all, which is nice. And there's one other thing I need to do up front anyway. This headlight is missing the bumper bracket. That's why this bumper's a little bit floppy and doesn't fit perfect right here. that bracket's missing. So let's pop the bumper off, get the fog cover switched out, get that bracket installed, and this thing is a wrap. And just like that, we have a broke boy version of a 2021 Civic Type R. Whew. Can't beat it. All right, friends, that's gonna be a wrap for today and probably the last white Type R video you guys see. Whenever that seatbelt and the airbag module come back in, we can go ahead and get those installed in the car, but who knows when that's gonna happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini series. Peace out, my friends. Also drop a comment below. Let me know of the camera lens quality. Does it look any better? Is it worse? I hope it's better. Peace out, and I'll see you boys in the next video.